Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sure a lot of you guys are going to be feeling very familiar about a return to a certain franchise I'm about to bring to the table of Let's Play contents. And a lot of you guys are thinking, oh, you're actually doing the sequel to... Yes, that's right, folks. We're going back to the Kingdom Hearts franchise, and we're going to be doing the sequel to Kingdom Hearts 1, and that is Rechained Memories. Oh, I'm sure a lot of you guys are probably thinking that I'm going to get straight to Kingdom Hearts 2, aren't I? I hate to tell you this, but no. I'm sorry, guys. Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories, or Rechain of Memories, as I'm playing right now, is actually the true sequel to Kingdom Hearts 1. That was originally released for the, Kingdom Hearts 1 was released for the PS2. But Chain of Memories, however, actually, first I'm going to go ahead and just say this right here. So once we actually start the game, though, it's going to go straight to, it's going to start playing some J-pop. Once again, it's going to play some Simple and Clean by Utada Hikaru. But I still want to talk about this at least, though. And so all it's going to do is it's just going to go and recap all the events of Kingdom Hearts 1. So I figured I might as well just go ahead and just talk about it. And yeah, you're going to hear about this, about the song that's playing in the background, Simple and Clean, which I might get a bit of a copyright claim, though, unfortunately. So, but anyways, so let's go and talk about Chain of Memories, shall we? So, as you guys already know, Kingdom Hearts 1 was originally released for the PS2. And then when Chain of Memories was being developed, it was actually being released for, I kid you not, the Game Boy Advance. Yes, you heard me right, the Game Boy Advance. Which is actually the strangest thing that a lot of people actually agree that it would ever be coming from Kingdom Hearts, just going on a different console. And so, because of that, either that a lot of people couldn't really afford, those who already have been, dedicated Kingdom Hearts players, and so they either don't really have a Game Boy Advance because they either couldn't afford it, or they, they at the very least weren't very much interested in just going buy a Game Boy Advance. Which, I mean, maybe I can understand because they had to shell out so much money just for that console. But like even if they could, though, they probably either couldn't be bothered, though, or even if they did actually have a Game Boy Advance, they probably mistook this game for a spin-off title, and we'll probably be seeing that a lot in this franchise. Yeah, they're probably like they saw it at first as some kind of spin-off title, and it seems like not very important, though. So they skipped it, and so when Kingdom Hearts 2 came out, they went to play the game, and so many questions were asked. There was so much confusion, so much mindfuckery all around, and so they were having a lot of questions, and they were so lost of what was going on, because what was happening in Kingdom Hearts 2 was basically explaining what went on in Chain of Memories. And so yeah, that's all went down here. So that's kind of the whole thing. However, there also came the Kingdom Hearts 2 collection pack. They came with Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix, that was Japan exclusive originally, and also had a remade version of Chain of Memories. So like eventually, when us Americans finally got like the remade Chain of Memories, it was called Rechain of Memories, and so the remake Rechain of Memories was released for the PS2. Only this time, it's very much upgraded from the from Game Boy Advance graphics to 3D graphics, and so they were finally able to get their hands on it, just to be able to play that game on the PS2 after Kingdom Hearts 1 on the PS2 as well. So that's basically what it is. And so because of that, then that's the version I'm playing here, Kingdom Hearts Rechain of Memory. So yeah. So because it's a lot more prominent, definitely the more definitive version, then I'm definitely playing Rechain of Memories instead of the original Game Boy Advance game, because it's more definitive, and so it's actually a little better, much more of a better experience for this overall. So that's the reason. And also, you can actually see for how crystal clear this quality is, I'm actually not playing the PS2 one. I'm also not playing this on the PS3, but rather I'm playing this on the PS4. Yeah, and for reasons I'll get to, though, but we have some cutscenes here. So basically, after Sora has defeated Ansem and restored peace to the world, and Destiny Islands is brought back, he was separated from Riku and Kairi, though, and so now Sora, Donald, and Goofy are on this long winding road, and I guess Pluto just kind of went out of sight from them. But anyway.
Along the road ahead lies something you need. However, in order to claim it, you must lose something that is dear to you.
Hey, you think it's okay to barge in?
But we gotta do it if we're gonna find the king.
The king? King Mickey's here?
Something just told me he'd be here, okay?
Really? 'Cause now that you mention it, I was kinda thinking the same thing.
Seriously? Me too. One look at this castle, and I just knew. Our very best friends. They're here.
Yup, guess great minds think alike.
Wait, hey, hold on. It can't be just a coincidence.
Oh no, Jiminy. You don't mean that.
Yep, I had it too. I had the exact same feeling.
Gorge, maybe it's contagious.
No, something's screwy. We gotta go take a look.
All right,
Where are you going?
that way, to the door. Are you scared?
Ah, don't be ridiculous. Come on, let's go, Goofy.
Hey, fellers, shouldn't we shut the door behind us before we go? Sora!
Aw, he did it all for us, though. That was very nice of him. Thank you.
That's it. Who are you?
What? Hi, yes. Oh, yeah? I'll try some magic. Thunder! Come on. Thunder! Thunder! Come on. Blizzard! Fire! Why isn't it working?
I should think it's obvious. The moment you set foot in this castle, you forgot every spell and every ability you ever knew. In this place, to find is to lose, and to lose is to find. That is the way in Castle Oblivion.
Castle Oblivion?
Here you will meet people that you have known in the past, and you will meet people you miss.
I miss? Riku! You mean Riku's here?
If what you want is to find him,
Huh? What'd you do?
I merely sampled your memories, and from them, I made this. To reunite with those you hold dear.
What's this? A card?
No shit.
It is a promise for the reunion you seek. Hold the card to open the door, and beyond it a new world. Proceed, Sora. To lose and claim anew, or to claim anew only to lose.
Come on. Let's go.
There is one more thing I also want to add. As soon as they stepped into the castle, Sora had dropped his balls. Yeah. Okay, but no, actually, so because because of the remake was actually it actually came out after Kingdom Hearts 2, and by that point, Haley Joel Osment had gotten older, and so his voice had deepened, and so that's the reason why that Sora's voice has gotten a little deeper. Like he just hit puberty, and so oh, well, I mean, I'll say we kind of have it as voice actor though, but yeah, that's actually what happened though, and so because of that, then Haley Joel Osment had to make sure to maintain his voice to make it more teenage-like, as being Sora. So anyway, so we are back in Traverse Town, huh? And yes, I know you guys are probably thinking like it's supposed to be well, I know it's actually supposed to be pronounced traverse, and I actually used to call it such back in my Kingdom Hearts 1 Let's Play. But then I decided, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna go and just say the pronunciation in this damn game with how they pronounce it though, because they pronounce it as Traverse Town with a long A instead of Traverse Town, you know, with a short A. So I'm just have to go with it, because you know, guess fuck it. Yeah, what else are you gonna do? Ugh. Anyway, so what happened was that they actually came into this place called Castle Oblivion, and you know, honestly, I would have just been able to fuck out of here, because you know. The first thing that ever happened, though, was that, you know, they, like, not only did Sora, Donald, and Goofy actually all thought the same thing when they thought that Riku and King Mickey were going to be in there, but then it's actually revealed that, you know, where they had lost all of their abilities, and trust me on this one, it's not going to be the last time we'll ever get to see that, I kid you not. But yeah, they also had to, you know, just go up and just, you know, basically lose lose something in order to gain something too. You know, basically to find is to lose, and to lose is to find. So honestly, as soon as I would hear about that, I would just say, nope, I'm done. Get the fuck out of there, because you know it is called Castle Oblivion for a reason. The name is suspicious enough. So, but you know, I mean, considering that you know they're trying to look for their friends, and you know maybe the castle will just have a 50-50 chance of finding them. Then I don't know, better than nothing. So you know, might as well climb the castle anyway. All right, so this is actually where he talks about the whole gameplay mechanic for this here. So the combat has entirely changed here. So we'll see what Mr. Keith Ferguson will have to say to us. And yeah, that's who he's voiced by the way. We don't even know his name. He's just some guy in a black cloak who's kind of like reminiscent of the Grim Reaper. But yeah, he's here to talk about the whole gameplay mechanic. So basically, the whole combat system is, of course, we have cards. So yeah, you guys know about Yu-Gi-Oh, right? Well, that's basically what the whole game is in a nutshell, is that we're just basically playing a game of Yu-Gi-Oh. So what it is here is that the whole combat is just based on the cards that you use. And so you have this whole set of cards right here on your current deck. And you see there's numbers right here. Now, there's also going to be a bit of muscle memory issues here, because instead of using the R1 button to log on to mooks or opponents, you actually have to press the R2 button. So if you've been so used to playing Kingdom Hearts 1 and use the R1 button to lock on, and they can't change it, well, you're going to have to get used to this whole muscle memory. And trust me, it happened to me too. I kid you not. So what it is here is that you see the numbers on the cards. It basically depends on what number it is. So whenever you use a high number card and your enemy uses a lower number card, then you actually have a better chance. But then whenever you use a low number card, you have to act fast though, because your enemy will actually use a higher number card, and then it'll actually end up having a card break. But you also see that there's also the zero cards, and so whenever zero cards can be your absolute best friend. But you want to make sure to use the zero cards, like, you know, while the enemy is attacking, rather than just using them first, because, you know, while the enemy is attacking with their cards, and even if it's like higher number cards, you can actually use a zero card to actually completely break them. But if you use it first, though, the enemy will actually just, you know, will be able to break your card too. So you want to be careful with that too. But you know, that's basically what the whole thing is. So you got your own set of cards here. So yeah, that's what the whole combat is. It feels limited because of that, though, with just having to use the cards here and all that. And so you know, a lot of Kingdom Hearts games will definitely have, like, you know, some different gameplay mechanics. And so yeah, this is definitely one of those right there with the whole card system, the card gameplay. And so for what you saw here, if you want to reload your cards, if you run out of cards, then what we have to do is that if you go to the to that black slot right there, if you press and hold the X button, then you'll be able to reload the card. But every time you do so, then the timer for that will actually increase, and it'll take a lot longer to increase. It'll actually go up to 2 and then to 3. And so if you want to change your categories to like certain enemy cards, then you just say, well, in my case, I'm playing the PS4 version, so I'm basically I have to press the touchpad on the PS4 controller to change it out. But if you're playing the PS2 or PS3 versions, then you just have to press the select button instead. So that's actually what it is. But I'm basically explaining the controls with the whole thing for Reach and Memories, the remake though. Because I know that, you know, some of the buttons would be different if you're playing the GBA version, and I may not exactly remember off the top of my head for how to play it though, because I actually have played the GBA version a couple times, but that was a long time ago, and so I don't remember much of it or much of the button mechanics though. And so considering that, you know, this is the more definitive one. Also, Donald and Goofy actually went back to their clothes that they wore in the last game. Because we saw that somehow they actually wore their regular Disney clothes, and so they now they just went straight to their the ones in the last game, and they're all confused about it too somehow. But you guys have worn these clothes before. Why are you all confused here? And so we can see here that, you know, we say that we're back in Traverse Town, and so that's because, you know, since the Hood Man went and sampled Sora's memories, and so made a card, and so he went to the room itself, and so the whole white room actually changed to Traverse Town. It's actually an illusion based off Sora's memories, and so that's actually what the whole worlds are in a nutshell for what we'll be seeing a bit later on. Got a bad feeling about this. Oh yeah, nice Star Wars quote there, Jiminy. But, yeah, we're getting close to the end of the video. So I'll explain a lot more about the whole Chain of Memories in the next video. So next time Let's Play Kingdom Hearts 3 Chain of Memories, yeah, I'll explain it all here. So I will see you guys next time.